Hi, I'm Nicole, this is Carmen, and this is Kevin, and together we are
Team Expert Solutions.
We'll be talking about our innovation, ID Manager, which conveniently allows users to store, sort and share their personal information and avoid completing tedious forms and applications.
Put simply, our innovation, ID Manager, finds a digital solution to the hassle of completing tedious and lengthy forms. We've estimated that each Australian adult could waste 30 hours each year completing offline forms. Filling out forms online does not alleviate the problem, with a significant amount of time still spent needed to read instructions, gather information, and input the information into each field. By providing an effective and instantaneous digital solution, ID Manager alleviates the inconvenience and hassle of forms. Take the example of completing an ANZ personal loan. The whole process is made up of 5 stages, with each stage requiring a form to be completed. All up, over 150 fields of information need to be completed. If the process was completed in store, it is estimated that it could take 5 hours. However, the same process completed using ID Manager requires only a few instantaneous transactions.
So now you might be wondering how ID Manager might look if introduced to the market. This is a visual mock-up of how our website homepage would look. The homepage gives users more information about what ID Manager is and how it works. There is also a smartphone and tablet app that enables greater convenience when using ID Manager. The tagline beneath the graphics summarizes our innovation for potential users. This homepage also makes it clear that use of ID Manager is completely voluntary and easy to use. Another aspect of the homepage is the customer testimonials on the right-hand side of the page. These will serve to provide credibility and to reduce potential uncertainty about the system. Now, for an idea of what the account itself might look like, we will use an example of using the system to reduce stress and time spent out filling forms for an ANZ personal loan. First, the user would have to select the Sign Up Now or Log In button. Now, inside an account, the user would be asked about the type of form and company for which they need to pre-populate information. In this case, the category of banking was selected, leading to various form options of which personal loans was selected, and then leading to the company itself. Once the company is selected, ID Manager will automatically connect with the form and show the general information already filled in. The user, in this case Catherine Smith, has control over the form and can choose to manually correct or change anything included if necessary. Basic demographic data is ideal for ID Manager as this information is filled out regularly by customers and can be time-consuming. Once the user is satisfied that all fields are filled, they press Submit, and this sends an SMS with an authorization code as a means of ensuring the information sent is valid and given with consent of the individual. This is a security feature of the system, as the code is needed to confirm the sending of the data. This authorization code changes for each information transfer to occur securely. ID Manager will then provide the user and third party selected, in this case ANZ, with confirmation and a reference number to view information included. This concept is linked with a Green ID verification to ensure the information is sent to the correct third party. This final account view acts as a trigger to remind users to update their information stored periodically. It will enable ID Manager to keep the most current data so forms are completed accurately. Of course, the user can choose not to change anything. For instance, if no circumstances have changed since the account was created or last updated. This shows the movement of information from the user to the ID Manager and then to the associated third party such as ANZ.
Instead of taking 5 hours to complete, using ID Manager, the whole personal loan application process would only take a few clicks to instantaneously send off the required pre-populated forms to ANZ. So the value add for the individuals is saved time and reduced hassle, both valuable commodities in our busy modern life. Additionally, the recipients of the pre-populated forms will experience dramatically increased efficiency in terms of the input of information into their databases, saving the business's time and money. Everybody! Anyone who fills out a form will find value in ID Manager. Whilst our end user is anyone who fills out a form, we realise that some people may need assurances to alleviate security and privacy concerns. To compensate for this, and to allow ID Manager to prove its worth to the skeptics, our initial target market is young adults aged 18 to 35 years. Surveys of our target market reveal that 66% of young adults are interested in a system that allows users to securely store, sort, and instantly share selected personal information with third parties to avoid completing forms. There are several notable competitors in the market. However, ID Manager is able to offer many differentiating features.
The major risk associated with ID Manager is the security of information stored. There can be concern over possible hacking of the system. However, this risk is mitigated through data encryption and the high level of security through SMS authorization codes. Another aspect to reduce this risk is through connection of the ID Manager with GreenID, which ensures that the information selected is distributed to the verified third party.
To explain how we have conceptualized ID Manager's potential to grow in the future, we will divide the time framework into several phases. In the first phase, ID Manager will focus on establishing partnerships with government entities. Financial institutions will become the priority of the second phase. In the final phase, we will look to further expand our network by developing partnerships with online retailers and organizations that have businesses as their primary clients. This is a visual demonstration of how ID Manager would work for online retailers. The system will be integrated into internet browsers. Therefore, users can conveniently fill out their personal information through the help of the ID Manager toolbar. This last section deals with all the financial details associated with starting up ID Manager. The analysis is divided into two main categories, revenues and cost. In order for us to project future revenue, we need to establish two key assumptions. The first key assumption is to define the source of the revenue, which in this case comes from product sales. ID Manager charges a subscription fee of $15 per year. The second key assumption is concerned with the yearly revenue growth rate. ID Manager will achieve this through the expansion of its customer base. This graph shows ID Manager's 5-year projected revenue with the average assumption. It also compares the different plots which are generated from different assumption approaches, namely the aggressive and pessimistic approach. Now we can go to the second main category, which is cost. More specifically, we are interested in the initial cost of the project. The main cost comes from software development. We estimated this by treating it as a human resources cost. Other significant costs are generated from resource gathering, website design, and advertising. Using all these assumptions, we've come up with an estimate for the required initial investment, which is equal to $1,183,000. We are asking for roughly $1.2 million investment to start up ID Manager. In return, we will be establishing a relationship with Deloitte through business consultancy and the use of GreenID technology.
That's our innovation, ID Manager. We look forward to seeing you at the Q&A next week.